You're listening to The Sizzle on Iron Skillet Radio and Iron Skillet Television.
On its way. It bounces off the crossbar, and it's good!
Oh my goodness!
Oh my goodness!
Oh my! Did that just happen, Greg?
Seven back, Rodgers fires over the middle, caught Adams will try to get out of bounds. He's at the 49-yard line. He stopped there. Rodgers will come up and spike it. 25 yards to Devontae. Now down to 20 seconds.
That they're going to drive you deep, and somebody's going to come across. So those linebackers have to get deep, and that time Fred Warner just not deep enough. Went over his hand by...
Rodgers fires, caught.
You got to go.
32, he gives himself up. That's a first down. Can he spike it here? Can they get lined up? They do, and Mason Crosby will try to win the game. So 32, you're talking about a 50-yard field goal. Crosby to try to win it. And the kick is good to win the game. The 49ers couldn't take enough time off the clock.
You know what it is. You know who it is. It's the Hot 5 and 5 here on The Sizzle, presented by Iron Skillet Sports. Listen, we've got so much to talk about in so little time because we only got 5 minutes. That's what we do. Hot 5 and 5. All right, let's start it off with, I don't know where to start. Sports was so exciting this weekend, so let's start off with the 2021 WNBA playoffs. I know it was something that, you know what, when you talk about upsets, you talk about things that were going on. So the WNBA playoffs, they delivered with some amazing play. You know, you had Seattle Sue Storm. I don't know if we'll see her again. Sylvia Fowles picked up her 4th Defensive Player of the Year award. But now, the Chicago Sky, led by Candace Parker, Ace, is the number 1. You know what? Now, they take on, as a number 6 seed, they take on the top seed Connecticut Sun and the 5th place Phoenix Mercury. They'll take on the 2nd seed Las Vegas Aces, and that will start Tuesday. So I'm looking forward to all the WNBA action. All right, man. So if you don't know, the NFL was crazy this weekend. You had a 66-yard kick. You had people quitting on the field. You had players who said it's not going to happen. But one player who's going to be back is Josh Gordon. That's right. The Phenom is back, and he will be signing with Kansas City. So look forward to seeing him in a KC jersey. All right, so, you know, we talked a lot about the NFL. We've talked a lot about what's going on. But look, man, if you don't know what's going on in Chicago with the drama that is the Chicago Bears, let's put it this way. Have you ever heard of a team netting only or less than 50 total yards and only 1 yard in passing? Well, you know what? That amazing feat is what the Chicago Bears did it. And rookie Justin Fields was unfortunately put in the record books for having one of the most abysmal offensive performances in NFL history. He is now probably the worst ever. But not to fear. He wasn't the worst of all because his head coach, who is a very terrible, terrible person, is now saying for next week he will consider one of the 3 starting quarterbacks. He doesn't know which one is going to be, but he said, everything's on the table considering the loss. Let's see. Considering you're the offensive guru and you were the person who put this tram shamarockery. It's not even a Travis shamarockery. It's a tram sham. Because this is a crime. This is a crime what happened. If you watch the game, now you'll know that Matt Nagy wants to replace Justin Fields with another quarterback who's probably going to be just as bad. If you didn't see Sunday Night Football, then shame on you. You missed a game of the ages. San Francisco down 17-0 behind Green Bay's Green Machine that was powering through, rallied back to try and take the lead, to get up, and then all of a sudden, oh no! Oh, you let probably the only receiver in the league, Devontae Adams, get free twice to get you down in field goal range, and guess what? With too much time on the clock, Green Bay won the game, and I don't know what we can take away from this. I don't know how you really look at it or what you want to look at and say, but it was terrible. It was a terrible game for the 49ers, and I don't know how you really recover from that. We'll see, but it is what it is. 49ers are a winner, 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 chicken dinner. And so finally, the Ravens avoid the upset loss to the Lions because it was getting ready to happen because Justin Tucker kicked a 66-yard field goal. Game setting, history making, record setting. It rang off the crossbars, through and ended the game. No seconds left on the clock. And that's what we're talking about. We're talking about football where you never know what's going to happen. The Falcons won and the battle of winless teams. And you know what? It was just a great all-around football Sunday. I can't even. Cardinals, who were down to the Jags, they came up and did their thing. The Steelers had offensive issues. They lost to the Bengals. And again, Justin Fields just sucked. It wasn't even that he played bad. It was just bad play calling. And it hasn't been good for rookie quarterbacks this year. But I tell you who it was good for, as just when you look at the stat numbers, it was great for Tom Brady, but it was not good for the Buccaneers as they fell to the LA Rams, and now the Rams are undefeated, and Matt Stafford is probably one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. I don't know, but we'll talk about it soon. All right, so if we say Matt Stafford's one of the greatest quarterbacks in the league at this moment, then we've got to look also at Dak Prescott. That's right, I'm saying it. Dakota Prescott is going up against the Philadelphia Eagles tonight. The Cowboys will take on the Eagles. Now, okay, it's up to you to take the over-under on this game. The Eagles are plus 3.5, while Cowboys are negative 3.5. And that's cool, and it's good, but some things you just know. You know that at this point, you're looking at somewhat pretty ranked even teams, but right now, you know Dallas at home, they're strong. And they're strong enough to come up against an Eagles team who has not been consistent. You don't know what you're really going to get from them. So let's just take history as an example. Last year on the 6th of December, and that was in the 2020 season, the Cowboys beat the Eagles 37-17. It wasn't really what you thought of as a game that the Eagles were going to come in and lose, but they were having a terrible season, and it was a collapse, and it was all that. But this year, the Cowboys are much better. Even to Stephen A. shenanigans and his chagrin, the Cowboys now at 1-1, the Philadelphia Eagles at 1-1. I'll tell you now, it's not a lot that you can take from this game because you haven't seen the consistency yet of Jalen Hurts when it comes to the quarterback play for the Falcons. So you don't know what you're going to get. But I will tell you this. If you're looking to put money on players, you got a few players who are there, and there are a lot of things to watch in this game. A lot of people to watch, but one of the things when you talk about stats and some people who really look good, I'm just saying these are people maybe you should go with if you're doing your DFS. I think you need to look at Dakota. I know he's a little expensive, but grab him anyway. It'll be worth it for this game. You know that you've got to have some running back help. So I'm not really sold on any of Philadelphia's running backs. I'm going to tell you that now. When it comes to just pure what Dallas has to offer, no. Not sold on anything on Dallas. But there are some, there's some value picks there. You got Amari Cooper, you've got CeeDee Lamb. You've even got a few things that that those are just going to be it. But one of the things you've got to watch for this game is going to be kicking. If you're picking in a fantasy league where if this is just your regular standard, you need to get a good kicker. And I think this game will provide a lot of kicking points and a lot of time for you to get some hay in your game, especially if you had like a bad weekend like I did. Okay, I didn't have really a bad weekend. It just wasn't a really great weekend, if that makes sense at all. But, okay. So, look, your value picks when it comes to the Cowboys. Your value picks when it comes to the Eagles. Dakota, if you can get Dak Prescott at the cheap, if you can't get Dakota Prescott and you're going for running back help, then I think Jalen Hurts is a good option because right now, you only got two options. So pick something, pick someone, pick it wisely. I'm going to say for this game, when it comes to it, my pick to click for this game, if you're really looking at a player that you should put your money in on, I would say Amari Cooper. I think he's going to be able to do some things, and I think he's going to be able to give you some fantasy points. I think he's going to get some fantasy points. So I'm just saying, look, man, just calm down. Even though I know it's week 3. And I know probably your fantasy looks a little bad. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. My value picks when it comes to the Eagles, you got Jalen Hurts, you got Devonta Smith. You've got some players there. But you should also look out for Kenneth Gainwell. You're going to get some value. And you got Jalen Reagor. Now, I wouldn't say that I would pick Reagor over Smith. I'm just saying right now, you've got some options. So, you know who it is. You know what it is. It's the Sizzle with a hot 5 and 5. Remember to look for our exclusive interview with Coach Angela Hamblin-Blakely from the region. You know who only does it the way we do it, which is the Sizzle, right here on Iron Skillet Radio and Iron Skillet Television.
Make sure that you follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Iron Skillet Sports. And remember to like, share, and subscribe to Iron